Hey and welcome. I started this video this morning to tell my little story about how and why I started my foundation and my project in Ghana. The little story I want to share here is that as a little girl growing up, life was a bit challenging. When I was 10 years, my mom and dad separated. My mom was heavily pregnant and we had to leave to the village when I was 10. And my younger brother was, I think he was 6, 7 years. He was 4 years. And my mom was heavily pregnant and we had to leave to the village. Living the life in the city to the village. We went to the village. That was 1983. We went to the village to live with my grandparents. Life in the village wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But my mom left me with my grandparents after she gave birth to my little brother, who is deceased now. May his soul rest in perfect peace. The life in a village school wasn't easy for me. I had to go to school in the village. You're welcome, my dear. If you want me to speak Swedish, you can please write in the comments. Om du vill att jag pratar svenska så kan du skriva I comment så jag kan skriva svenska. If English is okay too, then I'll continue in English. I started with telling my little story why I founded Give to Life. That I had to continue school in the village, living with my grandparents after separation between my mom and dad. That was 1983 in Ghana. I had to be alone with my grandparents whilst my mom left the village to the city to continue life. Continue trying to take care of my 2 siblings that she came with. Life was very difficult. I remember my mom sending me few things from the city when a car is coming to the village. I remember helping my auntie, who was then cooking rice and selling. I had to help her. My granddad, he was everything to me. And may his soul rest in peace as well. My grandparents really took good care of me. They did their best for me in the village. I was there in the village with them for like 5 years. When I left, my mom decided that I should come back to the city because she had got some job. So I should come back to the city. I was brought to the city to stay with my mom, my siblings, and a single mom trying to make ends meet for her children. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. She did her best, though. My mom did her best to make sure that we have food on the table. And I'm so proud of her up to today. A very wonderful mom. I love her very much. She is my everything. She's my pillar. She will do everything possible. She will sell everything. She would do everything. My mom was then a seamstress. And I remember seeing her with a sewing machine on her head, going around, patching people's clothes to get some money to prepare food for her kids. A very wonderful mom. No matter how difficult life was with a single mom in the city, she still did her best. She did her best for us to have food on our table. I was a very beautiful young woman growing up. And when growing up beautiful, most men would like to have their own share of your cake. So men will be coming looking for you. When I was around 21, 20, my mom would be so wild, like the mother lion, because she doesn't want me to fall into wrong hands. She doesn't want me to be used by men because of poverty. Even if we have to eat our little kinky without fish or with one fish, she will divide it to all of us. That's how best she is as a mom. She will still protect us. She was so protective of me and all of us. That's the mother I have. Very strong woman, very strong, protective woman. But still, we had to struggle through. There were times I had to go, and mommy had to go and beg a woman who used to make bread. She baked bread, and mommy will go and talk to her, and this woman will give us some of the bread. And I remember I was, teenager, 18, 19, 20. I don't want the boys in the area to see me carrying a big load of bread and pan on my head. But I had no choice. I had to carry the bread on my head, bring it home, and sell. And I will sell the bread in front of our house so that in the morning we'll be able to generate little money to be able to, for my siblings to be able to go to school. And when it comes to my school, I have to say I had a very great beginning, because when I was, before the separation of my parents, I was going to Providence International School at Kotobabi, that's Pig Farm. So I had a very good basic education before their separation. And then I had to continue with the local schools. When I got to secondary school, it was difficult with the fees. So sometimes I will be able to, mom will be able to pay. Sometimes she will send me to dad, and sometimes dad will not have to give you. So we have to sell the bread, sometimes use some of the money to go and pay part payment of my school fees. It was difficult. It was tough times. And at a point, I had to sacrifice for my siblings to go to school, because it was important for me that my siblings go to school as well. So when I got to at a stage, I was able to manage to complete my secondary. I couldn't complete. I couldn't continue. So at a point, I had to step back from my siblings to be able to go to secondary school. So that's what I did. I was helping mom. I was selling for them to be able to go to school. I did that. My life was still difficult. A young, beautiful woman. I want to work. I want to continue school. I want to do secretariatship. But where was help? There was no help. There was no help anywhere. There was no help. So I practically have to go and live with my aunties, from an auntie to an auntie, to be able to gather some, to be able to feed myself, just to be able to feed myself, so that it will be easier for mom to feed my brothers. I still wanted to go to school badly. I wanted to continue. I wanted to be a secretary. I wanted to enroll myself into the secretariat school. But how do I do that? Without help. There was no help. So I was 21. Mom has done her best. I got to do something. I have to go to school. I have to continue my school. So I remember at 21, you're welcome, my dear. I remember when I was 21 years, I met a man, and the man was interested in me. I know I needed to go to school. I know I needed to continue my education. And that was the only way I could get help. That I have to be in a relationship to be able to continue my school. So I was in a relationship with this man. The man helped me. He really helped me. He paid for all my education. He got me everything I needed to go to school. And I remember he told me, I will give you all that you need to be able to continue and complete your school. So I went to my secretariat school, and he got me all the books I needed, and I finished my school. When I finished my school, I got a job as a secretary. I got a job first as administrative assistant at some communication center, and I worked there for like 3 years. I was getting money to support my siblings. I was supporting my mother to be able to pay my brother's school fees. When I was 23, I got another job, a very good job, with a big company in Ghana, PW Ghana Limited, a mining and construction company in Ghana. When I got this job, life became better. Life was good for me to be able to help my siblings. My brother got enrolled into the University of Ghana, Legon, and I had to get my pay and pay his education. I had to help my junior brother too in the he was going to Cape Coast Polytechnic. I had to help him through school. I helped my siblings to finish school, all on my own. And during my work at PW, I met my husband through my work at PW. And he said he lives in Sweden. And I said, why Sweden? Why Sweden? And he said, I want you to join me in Sweden. And I said, wow, okay, I have to talk to my parents. So I went to talk to my mom about it. And that is how I got to Sweden. True love. With all the hardship that I went through, having to live with aunties to be able to get food, with all the hardship that I went through, I remember sometimes my mom would send me to my aunties to even go and beg for food or help them to get some food home. But they will reject me. They might give me something small like sugar or something small, and they will tell you to go back. And I'll come home crying that, Mom, I didn't get anything today. She will still hug me and tell me that life will be better tomorrow, Dorcas. When I got to Sweden, my brothers were still in school. And in this country, you have to be able to learn the language before you can work. So it was difficult for me to get a job straight ahead to be able to help my brothers home in Ghana. But I went to the school to learn the Swedish, and my husband was giving me in the Swedish money, like 1,000 krona is like 100 euro. He was giving me 100 euro, and I would send that 100 euro to my mother to use it to pay the school fees of my brothers in Ghana. Until they finish the schools they were going to. My brother completed the University of Legon when I was here. That was 2003, 2004. And the younger one also completed Cape Coast Polytechnic. After going through all this hardship as a child, living in the village with my grandparents, coming to Accra to live with my mom, where a single mother, where things were so difficult, even to find food to eat was difficult on our table. And to be able to struggle through life and get the support of a man to be able to complete school. This is what I want to change. This is why I'm so passionate about this organization. I want someone to help me change someone's life. I want people to help me to change someone's story. There are many, many girls out there who have the same story that I have. There are many girls out there who have to sell themselves sexually to get what they need.
There are girls who don't want the help of a man by giving sex, but they have no choice. I found this gift to life because I want to give girls choices. I want to give the youth that are drop out from schools, that cannot go to school because of poverty. I want to give them hope that you can make it without the help of a man for sexual pleasure if you can get support. I want to give support to the youth. I forgot to mention that there was a time after secondary school when life was difficult. Life was so difficult. I had to leave my mom to go and stay with my dad for some time. And life was difficult at dad's end. So I woke up in the morning, I'll just be walking around and no food, no money, nothing. And I remember joining a lady to the salon. She was going to make her hair. And when we got to the salon, there was the lady who owns the salon, she was alone. And I realized that she was struggling with her getting her water and everything she was using. She was struggling fixing it herself. So I offered myself. I asked her, can I help you? And I remember she said yes. So I was able to help. She agreed that I help her. And I asked her, can I come every morning to help you? And she said, yes, why not? You can come. So every morning, I will wake up and go to the salon, help her, clean her salon, help her fix the place. I will sit there. When she eats, she will give me some. When she sent me to buy food, I will get some to eat. So I was there with her until she said she was leaving that area. And when she was leaving, because I was with her for some time, I've learned how to make the hair. So when she left, I went back to my house, and I remember taking a small table and I put some 2 combs on the table. And I remember I got a hand dryer. And then I went to the market to buy some shampoo and some what do you call it? The lotion, the other one, we call it balsam in Sweden. A conditioner, you call it, right? Yeah, in English. So I bought a conditioner, I bought a shampoo. I put it on a table in my house, and I went around in the area telling people that I can now make hair. If you come, I can wash your hair, because I had learned something from the lady. So I know how to wash the hair. I know how to roll the hair. I know how to comb it, style it. So I told the people in the area that if you come to me, I can make your hair. If the salon would take you 20 Ghana, I will take you 10 Ghana and I'll do it for you. Just to be able to have food, just to be able to earn money so that I can buy my own food without depending on a man for food. So I did that for some time. And I have a cousin, Juliet. She was helping me in the house. So she became my apprentice assistant. And we were doing the hair. I was so happy that I was working for my own money. Even if it was little money people were giving me, at least I can buy food and ease the pressure on my mother. This helped me. And this story about the hairdressing is part of who I am today. It's also a part that built me up, because I was able to work. I was able to learn that work, and I was able to earn my little money to buy food. As I struggle through life to where I am today, the only thing I can say is that everybody's journey is different in life. Everybody's journey is different. But if we can all help someone, because at my time when I was struggling, if someone has picked me and supported me, or told me that I will help you to go to school, I will help you to learn a trade, I will help you to be somebody, life would have been easier. But because there was nobody there for me, I had to go into a relationship at a very young age to be able to go to further my education, to be able to get food, to be able to get clothes, because I wanted to have my education so that I'll be able to be somebody in future. And that's the only way that I had to use at that time, because no family member was there to help me. Nobody was there to help me. But I went into a relationship. And I'm not shy to say it, because that is what was there for me at that time. That is what was available at that time. If the opportunity I want to give to young girls today, young women, if that opportunity was there for me at that time, I would have grabbed it. But that opportunity was not there. I remember those were the time that computer has started, where people were using computer, the software programs, and you had to pay a lot of money in Ghana at that time to be able to do the software program. You have to pay a lot. It takes a lot of money to go and do Microsoft Word and all that. And that is where I got that help, support, to be able to go and do all those programs from a man who was in a relationship with me. And this man gave me all that. And after all that I got, I was able to get a job, help my brothers. I was able to be at a good job. And this is where all that result has brought me. But what I'm saying to conclude is that it is not the best way. It is not the best way to be able to feed yourself. To be able to feed yourself, you have to be able to have support. It is either you have support from your government, or you have support from your family, or you have support from your friends, or you have support like we are doing now with Give to Life. What we want to do is give support to young ones, for them to grab it, for them to learn a trade, for them to learn something, learn to sew, learn to hairdressing, learn to bake, learn something, so that you will be able to stand on your own without giving sex. And I keep saying it because it's not the best way. Today, many people, many young girls are selling themselves because of poverty, especially in Africa. Girls are selling themselves. They are calling it different names. Today, they are calling it hookups. They are calling some slave queens, all because of poverty. But I believe so much that there are many wonderful young girls out there that if you give them a future, they will grab it. If you support them, they will grab it. I went through hardship. I struggled through life. I don't want even that for anybody. What I went through, I don't wish for anybody. I wish so much that so many people will be able to get support, get help, to be able to stand on their own. That when you grow and you are a lady and you want to have a relationship for good reason, then you have the right to do that. But you don't have to give yourself in a relationship to be able to go to school. It's not the right thing. And I don't wish that for anybody. So all that I want now is anybody that is watching this video or going to watch this video later, that you have an open heart to help someone. Have an open heart to push someone. What I want to do with Give to Life is to support. I want to see a young girl one day standing and giving a testimony, telling us in this organization that I was in this. I was almost on the verge of giving myself to a man for food, but Give to Life saved me. This is what I want us to do. I want us to be able to help. That is what I want, because to go through hardship to get what you want is not the best. It's not the best. There are so many ways that we cannot help society with. So, on this note, this video is going to be played later as well. So, I'm sending it anyway, that it will touch somebody's heart. If you watch this video and it touches your heart, please come on board. Come and support us. Come and help us. Let us change someone's life. Let us help someone that is really, really in need of help. Let us train the youth. The main agenda for Give to Life is to train the youth, both girls and boys. Let them have jobs. Let them be able to stand on their own. That is the main agenda. So anybody that is going to watch this video later, we're going to send it later on our page. So anybody that watches this video, please, if it touches your heart that you also want to be part and change someone's story. The reason why I founded, I'll come to the reason, the main reason why I founded this is my story. I founded Give to Life is my story. And my story to change someone's story. That is the main thing. I have a story, but I want to change someone's story, because my story has changed today. Today, I can feed myself. I can feed my children. I can feed my parents. I can feed friends. I help most children through school. But I want to change someone's story on the way, so that someone one day was able to sit somewhere and say that I had a story, but today my story has changed. So I also want to help others. So anybody who have a story, anybody that listen to, watches my video, and you also have a story, please share with us. You can be a member, and you can share your story with us. Together we all build society. So together we all help humanity. I went to Ghana last year, and I went to the villages where I visited the villages, one of the villages, and I met students around, and I was really touched. I was just so touched about for seeing the children in the area barefooted, and I was like, where is the future for these ones? No proper school uniform, no shoes, and they were just there. And I said, God, if you have changed my story, that today I'm in Sweden and I've come back to see my roots, if you can change their story, God, help, let the help come through me, so that we can change their story as well. So that is why I came back, and then I had the vision of, you can change, you can help, you can impact. Doctors, you can do something. And that is how Give to Life charity organization was born. Just all to be able to impact, all to be able to change someone's story. So I can't dream higher than where I am now. All I'm dreaming is we should be able to change someone's life. This is all I dream of, so that I will be able to impact. Thank you so much, my darling Yadela. God bless you so much. This is the first time we are trying this with a live send. So I know with time we will continue and do it more, and give people the platform to even put their stories out there too, because I know your story can change someone's story. That is life. If you have a story and you tell your story, and you are not shy to tell your story, that's one thing in life. If you are not shy to tell your story, you will make an impact. But if you are shy to tell your story, you see that there are so many people that will go through the same thing that you have gone through without help. But if you tell your story, you get support. If you tell your story, you get help. So I'm so happy that I've been able to come out today this way to tell my story for the first time. I know it will be more easier as time goes on, to to let this out, in more in the open. It will help all of us. So it's a very good thing. I really want to continue now and then. Once a while we will do this. Once a while we'll do this. We will have this storytelling time, and other people to in the future may like to join us to hear our story as well. So I think on that note, I would like to pause here, or let's say end here for now, and I will share the video out on the page for other people to also relate to my story, and come on board and help us. So what I'm saying is, anybody that sees the video, if it touches your heart, please share it. Please let us talk to people that will be able to help us, support us to support the youth out there in Ghana. This is all that I really cry for. This is what I want. I want to change someone's story. So I need change makers on board in my team. So God bless you all for listening to my story, and then we will continue sometime later. So Baya, thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. I would like to finish now, and then I'll put it on the page. God bless you all.